The $250 laptop revolution, or yet another half-baked Chromebook challenger? Chuwi's GemiBook XPRO seems to have it all to take on the big brands, but will it? Let's inspect. Hey everybody, great to meet you. I'm Michael the Tech Pishka. On the channel we inspect a lot of cool and interesting tech, and that's a $250 laptop running Windows 11 and having kind of up-to-date processor inside. And I already have so many questions, especially how is it possible to make a good laptop at such a tempting price? And I've put most of these questions down so that I can make a thorough inspection and help you to figure out whether that's a really worthy choice. So, unboxing, setup, performance tests, gaming, multimedia, software walkthrough, and of course carefully checking for Trojans or other disturbing software-related issues. There really is plenty to talk about. The price, for sure, is what is going to attract you the most. This configuration at $250 is quite hard to believe. Clearly, this is the price range of some Chromebooks, and you're gonna hardly find any other Windows-based laptops nearing the features and the hardware of the GemiBook XPRO. Therefore, unboxing time. Chuwi are among the famous Chinese tablet makers with some pretty decent releases over the past years. However, software updates have been the weak spot. Having now a system with Windows is quite a different deal, so can't wait to make it to the discussion about the software experience. Chuwi played safe with the box, almost indestructible when being delivered, but this is a corner cut because it's not even close to the glamour that you would get from a decent laptop. Which is fine, we care about the tech over here. The GemiBook XPRO happens to be among the first N100-based laptops. The display lid opens firmly and you can reach up to 180 degrees. A good-looking keyboard, rather quiet, not that many connectivity ports, and all of the available such are on the left side. A Type-C port, a full-size USB, HDMI out. There also is an audio jack. The build quality is fine for the price point, nothing loose, but also nothing that is going to impress you while you're touching it, unless you're aware of the price tag. The tech specs are very solid for what it's worth: an Intel Alder N100 processor, 8GB LPDDR5 RAM, 256GB SSD, a Full HD display, a 38Wh battery, Intel UHD graphics inbuilt. The laptop is 19mm thin, weighs less than 1.5 kg and comes with pre-installed Windows 11 operating system. These specifications are actually good, and they're matching the specifications of many Windows-based mini PCs I've been reviewing lately. And for the tempting price of $250, besides those mini PC components, Chuwi are adding a pretty good display, a keyboard, a housing, battery inside, so that they can offer this laptop at this very, very tempting price. Well, the CPU inside is not that spectacular, but on the other hand, the fact that it can run Windows 11 says enough about the performance. It should be good. Also, the display, which, well, it's not the brightest display in the world, but on the other hand, it's one of those quality BOE made displays, and viewing angles are fairly decent. It's an LCD panel, and actually, I've discovered a lot of other interesting facts related to this laptop, but first, I think we should check about repairability and upgradability. It's always fun to take a look underneath the cover. There are a few screws that you need to deal with in order to remove the access panel. Honestly, Chuwi didn't put too much effort into making your life hard about it, which is something I definitely appreciate. A lot of metal plates. It is a good idea for optimal heat dissipation. There are a lot more metal parts on the inside as opposed to the outside. The storage inside is a 256GB AirDisk M2 drive, and I've seen some earlier versions with a NetAC drive inside. Performance of this one is not remarkable, but given the small capacity, there's no need for anything better. If you wonder why no RAM modules are visible, it is because LPDDR is always soldered, meaning that no upgrades are possible in this direction. You can service the fan, potentially replace the battery, but not much more than that, and it's still quite something. The other replaceable part is the display. Not that easy though. It uses a 30-pin connector interface. Viewing angles are, in fact, pretty decent. No crazy high refresh rates, which is something I prefer over promising more and cheaping out on the colors. Speaking of which, color accuracy is not quite there, saying this in case you plan to use it for photo editing or similar, which can actually work fine given the hardware present. Yeah, if you use any of the popular Adobe apps, you're gonna be fine. You may even dare to play around with video production as long as you keep the timeline in 1080p, because anything above is gonna feel laggy and suboptimal. Most of these synthetic benchmarks are confirming all the statements up until now and are in line with the expected by the Alder Lake N100 platform performance. The processor, for instance, represents a great balance between performance and power consumption. It's going to be excellent for daily office tasks, for social media, for web browsing, coding, even website designing and similar. If you need to run CPU-intensive tasks, then with some of them you might feel happy, with some not that much. I guess expecting decent gaming performance out of a $250 laptop is rather delusional. Not that you can't, likely some of the resource-hungry titles may run okay at lowered resolution refresh rate, but it won't be that fun. Asphalt series are stable for racing, GTA 5 will barely launch, CS2 may be okay if you can settle with lower refresh rates. The multimedia, on the other hand, is being handled in a great way, at least concerning the supported codecs on a hardware level, because the N100 platform supports encoding and decoding of almost everything that is needed these days, and is absolutely fantastic about smooth playback. The display is rather small, but sufficient if you watch videos or movies from moderate distance, and connectivity options are in place so that you can connect to your TV or projector when necessary. Even the speakers have been so far excellent. The battery life is practically superb. With the CPU busy at 100% and the display at maximum brightness, it consumes around 10% for about 20 minutes, meaning that worst-case scenario should be above 2 hours. And in case you use the laptop for lightweight tasks, such as browsing or writing text or making presentations, you can easily double or triple this amount of time, which is crazy good. The big question mark now is for how long the battery is gonna stay in that very shape. Ergonomics is also on the good side. Large touchpad with support for multi-touch, good feeling when you click. Keyboard is also very easy to get used to, and Chuwi were so kind to include a few silicone protectors with different keyboard layouts. I have such protector for my own laptop and it's been invaluable. Just keep in mind that it's good to replace it every now and then because these signs may wear off. Temperature-wise, well, no concerns here. You've seen the internal structure during the teardown stage, so we know that there's a fairly good heat dissipation. The fan started to be slightly louder after 10 minutes of load, no throttling notable, and the noise levels are lower than these on a mini PC. With all of these things being really good and promising, I've had some growing concerns about the software though. There is nothing suspicious inside the BIOS area, but malware is not easy to catch anyway, and sometimes discovering such may take months, so take my statement with a pinch of salt. Whatever I could do for the software checks, I've already done, and the pre-installed licensed distribution of Windows 11 Home Edition is clean as whistle, at least according to Windows Defender after a few full scans. All updates worked fine, no warring components visible, no glitches or driver issues, solid experience. Just the Pro part of the model name made me expect Windows 11 Professional Edition, but as stated, it's the home version. There also is a good privacy implementation about the camera, a hardware switch, and it's a full HD webcam. Not too bad. In the end, can we think of any drawbacks at all? Well, a second full-size USB port was about to be nice, the lack of RAM upgrade possibilities are worth mentioning, the unavailability of keyboard backlight, and the missing LAN port. None of this is a deal-breaker though. Looking at it, nobody would say it's phenomenal, or gaming-oriented, or extremely beautiful, or whatsoever, but when you think about the price, and think about the fact that you can buy this for $250, comes with warranty, and actually performs good, if we base these estimations on all the tests we've just performed, I think Chuwi have packed together a fairly decent laptop which has the edge against the competition and is one of the most affordable, good Windows 11 based laptops that you can buy at the moment from a company which obviously now wants to step up its game. And usually such kind of products are really a great gem. Well, could be that you have another opinion, and I'll be really grateful if you can share your opinion in the comment section below the video. Also, if you are eager to check some of the other tech inspections here on the channel, make sure to be subscribed. For any questions, you know how to reach out. I'm Michael the Tech Mishka. I thank you for watching this video and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.